Hi, this is Belinda with Home Gardens to Go, teaching you more about square foot gardening. I thought you might be interested in something I'm doing right now in my own yard. And what I've decided to do is actually move some of my square foot garden boxes and relocate them to another area of my yard. And I'll tell you why, and maybe you might have a situation like this as well. This area that I have, I've actually had 4 boxes here for about 5 years. And during this time, the first few years, great, everything was doing well. I noticed last year one of the boxes closer to this tree, the vegetables didn't seem to thrive quite as well. And I had an idea that maybe they're getting too much shade. This tree has grown larger since I placed this entire layout here. So it's possible they're not getting quite enough sun. And then when I decided to actually move this box that was closest to the tree, and I started digging up that soil in the Mel's mix, I realized the tree roots had gotten right into that box and made its way through. Even the weed cover underneath the box, the landscape barrier that I had there, had been compromised, and the tree roots had gotten right into that soil of my vegetable garden box there. So I realized it's time to move this entire grouping that I've got here. So I thought I would just tell you, first of all, this is where I have the one that was closest to the tree, and you can still see some of the tree roots here that had gotten through, and this weed barrier just wasn't a very good quality one, obviously, and that had been completely compromised. So over here I've got another. I actually lifted the box right off of this. You can actually lift it right off, and let me show you. I can show you how that's done on this one right here. See that? Right up, and it doesn't matter what kind of box you have, wood or whatever you might have. You might be surprised that it'll come lift right up. And then you've got your soil here, all compacted and just staying in place. And so what I'll do then is I'll take my box and put it in the other area of my yard, and I decided to choose a south side of my house that's getting more sun. I had some other boxes there this year that did really well, so I made some room to actually move a couple of these over there. And I'll use my wheelbarrow to just shovel up my Mel's mix. Of course, we know our Mel's mix is really a valuable resource, and we can use it from year to year. It's got so much peat moss and vermiculite in it that don't break down for years. And all we do is add our 1/3 compost back into that soil every season to replenish the nutrients. So this is valuable stuff here. And I will shovel that up into my wheelbarrow and wheel it over to my new location, and I will just dump it right out into my box that I've set there. One other thing I need to mention, I did put weed barrier down first before I set the box in the new location, and I was actually able to find some good weed cloth here that I actually recycled, better than this one here, but I found I got a better commercial quality weed cloth that I found at Costco, and I was able to pull that right up completely intact and reuse that too. So then once we've got our put all this Mel's mix back into the box in the new location, we're set to go again. And I'll even take some of my bark and the material I've used in my aisles here and reuse that and shovel that up and take that to the new location as well to cover the aisles. So depending on your yard, we all have our own little microclimate within our yards, and you can sort of sense